Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a request by the mighty GREYBEARD, a good friend, of course. And today we're going to react to a request by him. Thank you, Eric, for sponsoring this video. I'm looking forward to this very, very much. You always and you kind of like in this one, you made up your mind like a couple of times because you wanted to give us, you wanted to give the audience something that they love, us something that we love, and you're thinking of everyone. That's kind of cool. So thank you so much for doing this. And so I'm gonna read off the songs for you guys, and then I'll start on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Really, really excited for the weekend. We might go see Bella Fleck tonight. That would be amazing. And we did do this poll, and the majority of people were like, you should go. So we will go. Okay, so here we go with the songs. So first we're gonna do the Allman Brothers Band from the Allman Brothers Band Deluxe album 1969. I've seen this before. I've reacted to some from this album. Then we're gonna do the oh, wait a minute. I'm reading the wrong one. Okay, give me 1 second. This is actually from Jeff. Okay, Jeff, yours will come right after this. No, Eric, sorry about this. Sorry about the confusion. We're gonna start it off with Average White Band. And I think we've done Pick Up the Pieces, Average White Band. Yes, we've done that one. Really cool. I remember that. But today we're gonna start it off with Cut the Cake. Cut the Cake 1975. Then we're gonna do I'm sorry, Eric. I hope you didn't freak out when you heard the Allman Brothers Band. You were like, this is not mine. Then we're gonna do Eddie Henderson from Sunburst. It doesn't say the year. Explodition. We're gonna do Explodition. The song. Then Chuck Mangione. I think it's Mangione, but hey, you know me. I have a hard time with pronouncing words that I would pronounce a certain way in German and a certain way in Spanish, and then they're completely differently pronounced in English. So hey, I'm sorry, but I speak too many languages to get So this is gonna be Song of the New Moon, and this is Chase the Clouds Away 75. So I did 2 songs of him, I think, very famous ones. I think what was it? Give It All You Got, I think, and I did Feel So Good, I think. I don't really remember. And now the mighty Emerson, Lake and Palmer. We're gonna do Fanfare for the Common Man, and I think that's like the epic that I might even redo with Alexia, because she's such an ELP fan, But yeah, we're gonna do these 4 for now, and hey, let's go. Average White Band. Here we go. Boom. just like, it literally reminds me a little bit of the other song that we heard, the but this is like a different, obviously completely different, but it's the same formula of of just amazing musicianship. You have the guitar here just playing the funk, the bass is like so tight, and with the drums and that horn section, you know, it's just fantastic. Like it's like Tower of Power, you know, but different, but it's just so good. It's like, who could not like this music? It's like I can't, like, it doesn't exist that you don't feel something with this music. It's like, and then gimme, 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 gimme. So good. Like, the whole thing is masterful, beautiful. Thank you. This is so good. Okay, let's go back because they did change it up here a little bit. So let's see.
I want you to give me some sugar now. Taste like that. Now cook it up.
Okay, so next time on my birthday, I want that song to be like blasting out the speakers. Cut the cake, cut the cake. Beautiful, really, really cool, funky, just great. I had a little like mishap here with the microphone. I lost audio, so the last 5 seconds I couldn't hear, but it's okay. You know, I get the gist. Great stuff, great song. Awesome. Thank you. Great selection. Okay. Now, gonna do some Andy. Is it Henderson? Yeah, Eddie Henderson. Never heard of him. Let's see what's he made of. Here we go. the trumpet player and the bass are just like on fire. And I mean, the trumpet player is just fantastic. Okay. So I just really quickly, I just got a message from Alexia. So yesterday I was writing the song. Really cool. I'm sorry for interrupting, but and I just sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm about to cry." So that kind of like put me. I'm sorry that I'm very sentimental, but I hope she doesn't listen to it yet. But hey, so cool. Let's keep going. This guy is on fire. I mean, just this whole band is insane. Eddie Henderson, what a trumpet player. Crazy, crazy stuff. And everyone, I mean, the bass, the drummer, just fantastic. Let's keep going. Crazy stuff. I love it. Just like the runs, like the sax runs, the trumpet runs, the bass, like the drumming, everybody is pretty much like on the top of their game, like, you know, musically. This is like the kind of improv that I love, you know. It's really like out there, very fusion. But yeah, just like of the highest level, you know, music of the highest level. Great stuff. Never heard of him before. Eddie Henderson. Um, let's see if this goes back. Well, it looks like the guy's like pretty new, you know, like 2010 to 2020, 2020. I thought this was maybe like an older music style. I mean, not style, but wait a minute. Well, so you do go back to the 70s, 90s, and the 2000s. Okay, so he's just been like active forever. Really cool. I love it. Very, very cool. All right, so let's okay. So Chuck is next. Give me just one moment. I'll be right back. All right, so Chuck Mangione is next. I looked it up. Mangione. There you go. I mean, but because it sounds Italian, it could be Latin. Mangione. You know, Mangione. I should have thought about that. But yeah, I did look it up on Google. So Chuck is next with Song of the New Moon. Here we go. Thank you so much again, Eric, for this. This is really awesome. I mean, the first one is funky as hell. The second one was jazzy. I know Chuck is more of a, I don't know. I mean, I've heard some hits from him. I don't know if this is more out there, but he does use this instrument. What is it again? Before you guys put it in, I mean, you will put it in the comments, I'm sure. But Flügelhorn. It's a Flügelhorn. Yeah. So Flügelhorn. There you go. And yes, that is a German word. Flügelhorn means a horn with wings. There you go. So let's give it up for Chuck here, and here we go. Sounds amazing. More aggressive than usual. It doesn't sound as happy. This sounds more like it sounds very like Spanish or Arabic, which is basically like the same scales, but it sounds more aggressive. It sounds almost like a theme, you know. I wouldn't say like a Bond movie, but something, you know, in that vein. Very cool. I love it. And I love that there's other instruments like sax and the basses again. Like, I love that like Eric really chose this really well to, there's a lot of funk going on here. Really cool. And also very aggressive. I like that, you know, there's a lot of attack here. It's really cool. Man, great stuff. I really expected something lighter, but yeah, cool. I love it. I really do. Let's go back a little bit. is insane. I love the sax solo. I love the flugelhorn solo. I loved when they were like da 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 da. Bum ba bum bum ba. But they would slow down and then continue with the theme. Man, that really hits really hard, really cool, really good, man. I can see myself listening to this, while driving or just having this, on in the house. It's really good. Really, really good. All three songs so far have been amazing. Amazing, amazing. And now Emerson, Lake and Palmer, I know they're not funky. I know they're not, well, I can't say they're not jazzy. They have their jazz elements, their prog. But let's listen to this. Let's listen to Fanfare for the Common Man. I think there's been some people requesting this for a while. So if this is one of those cases where you can't live without Alexia reacting to it, I'm sure we can do something about that, like we did with Steely Dan, Western World, maybe another 1,000 likes. I know you guys can do it. It takes about a day or less, and really, I mean, when we get a post like that has 1,000 likes, it doesn't really give us anything. It doesn't give us any money. YouTube doesn't pay per likes. That's a myth. It doesn't exist, but I mean, it does propel the video or the post, in this case, I guess Alexia's photograph, out there, and then people are like, hey, what's this channel? It has 1,000 likes, and then and then maybe they dismiss it because it's just a picture. But it's not a, but it's, it does inspire us to do something, even though the song is about 10 minutes long, but it just like, it inspires you to do the work, when you get rewarded, even though it's just a digital finger, thumbs up, but it feels nice, so if this is a case where a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this by yourself, then maybe we can do something about that. Let's see. I'm not promising anything, okay? All right, so Emerson, Lake and Palmer, here we go. One of literally Alexia's favorite bands. I would say yes. I mean, you have to ask her, but I would say yes, and ELP have, that's what I hear her listen to the most, because I still, of course, listen to my stuff, because I still have my old stuff that I study and stuff, and then but she's like all into, she is completely a prog head now, so it's a wonderful thing, to have a wife that listens to such great music. Yes, ELP, Genesis, and she's always loved Pink Floyd, but now, I mean, I can hear her listening to Rush, and she dances around the house, and I'm like, because she has these like headphones on that don't have any cables, so I'm just see her dancing around the house, and I'm like, oh, it's yes, so stuff like that happens. So it's really cool. It's like, oh, wow, like I guess I've done it, when I met her, this music was just like, oh, is this on? No, the keyboard, because I was just recording. When I would play anything prog or too out there, she was never against it, but she was like, well, she would never really sit down and listen, but now she's like, oh, that's so great. Okay, here we go. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. good, 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 good. This is definitely something she has to hear. Wow. So it sounds something like, it sounds more like a score. Like it sounds something like maybe John Williams could have written, but it sounds more like a 70s John Williams, like maybe early Star Wars, you know. Maybe the Superman theme reminds me very much of that, like an 80s like theme for a movie, you know. But just that bum 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 bum, like that stuff. But oh, but I know it's not, you know. It's like, oh, I'm like totally. Let's see. Um. Okay. Does it say? Oh, okay. So there's there's another American composer, Aaron Copland, but no, let's go to ELP. Adapted by Aaron Copland's 1942 piece. Aha. Okay. Haha. Oh my god, that's so funny. So Mr. Copeland, the composer, was like, yeah, I mean, first they called the record company and they were like, no, no way. No, no, no. And then he called them, let's see, Emerson called Copeland directly and he's like, sure, you know, send it to me. And then he loved it. So you see, that's so typical between musicians and those freaking record companies. Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about like adding it or using it for a movie by Emerson. Maybe the original. Let me see. That doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess you'll guys tell me. I don't want to interrupt it too much. This is great. This is great. Let's continue. Wow. I mean, the improvisation was just insane. And I loved how they came back to the theme. What a great like work. Like what a great song. It was fantastic. Like amazing. ELP is an instrumental. I think she should listen to it. Maybe it's not, I don't know. It really depends because like her like favorite ELPs like from the beginning and stuff like that, and so there's not a lot of guitar here. I think I didn't really hear the guitar. I'm sure it's there and the bass, but it was more drums and bass and the keyboard, the improv, and then the theme, the fanfare. Really cool. I love that. I really enjoyed it. Really trippy, and it did remind me a lot of, you know, I love scores, so I listen to a lot of scores just on my own time. So I've my favorite composers. Um, I guess they have shifted. Like once, one time, of course, it was John Williams, and I was obsessed with John Williams' work, and not even the fanfare ones, like just like stuff that you would like. In Return of the Jedi, there's like this amazing piece of music um at the end of the movie where like Luke Skywalker fights Darth Vader, and it's just like this fight, and it's just like oh, oh, it's so well like written, and it's like oh my god, it doesn't even sound like this, but it's just and then I'm a huge fan of Bernhard Herrmann or Herrmann from like anything that what's his name, Alfred Hitchcock, that the music that the composer for Alfred Hitchcock wrote, and then also Brian De Palma borrowed a lot of that composer's ideas. I think he used the same one, and so I got into like all these, and then I got into Danny Elfman. Tim Burton and Danny Elfman have like this huge um film history together, and then I was obsessed with Danny Elfman, and now I'm more like obsessed with Hans Zimmer. But Hans Zimmer is so different from the classical approach of composing for movies. He uses anything, he uses like more I don't know. I mean, if you listen to like stuff like Black Hawk Down, he nailed like the whole African vibe meets like the West, and then, or if you listen to Dune, it's like masterful, or anything like Interstellar. But there's so many composers. I mean, I could just talk about composers, like film composers, so long. I mean, the new Alien, oh my god, it's so good. I don't even know the composer's name, but I mean, I'm not talking about the. I think it's James Horner who wrote the original. But yeah, I mean, I love score music. Like I can like just like listen to that music all day, and just the score. I was just like walking Marley today, and what did I listen to? Blade Runner, the score. So yeah, so that's also my approach, that I kind of like, I don't just grab the guitar and boo, boo, boo. I compose music completely different to what I do on the guitar. The guitar is not even for me a tool for composition. I write more on here on the keyboard and stuff, and I do a lot of synth and stuff like that. So yeah, so this was really cool to listen to because it just inspired me a little bit more. Because yesterday, like I went to bed super late because I was like writing, I was writing music, and then I was finally finished, but it's just such a long process. And then I was like, oh, I went to bed and I was like, Alexia, I just composed like this really cool song, or like this cool theme or whatever. It has a lot of tension there too. That the tension that I've kind of like discovered with listening to like, yeah, like ELP, you know, and um um Genesis and stuff like that. Or yes, you know, there's some parts where like it's like wow, it's like really clashes together purposefully. So I did that in the song. And so yeah. Well, I'm not gonna leave you guys alone about that, because I'm not gonna post it in any feud, and I'm not gonna post it here on YouTube. I'm just gonna keep working on it, and once it's ready, maybe one day I'll put it on Spotify, or I'll sell it, CD or whatever. But I want Alexia to play. That's my main mission. I want her to play and sing and do an album with her, and not do stuff that's so, you know, so hard to digest, because it's music. The stuff that I write is very dense, you know, it's not really music for everyone. It's just like, but it's, you know, it's like how I express myself. But well, I've been going on for too long. Thank you so much, guys, for this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me rant and blabber and take you guys this time. But I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much, Eric. Wish you all the best. Thank you for these 4 amazing tracks. I love them. Thank you, guys, and you have a wonderful day. See you in the next video. Take care.